the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
If these walls could talk.
This ball is launched to right. Dom Smith, a deep blast. And Atlanta with a couple of solo homers and a 2-0 lead.
How about the location? That's elevated. It's 97. A little bit of cut to it, a little bit of vert. Exactly where he wanted it. But Dom Smith doing his homework and ready for it and crushes that one to right.
A no-doubter for his.
Mariners pregame is presented by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. Emerson Hancock getting ready to take on the Tigers for just the second time in his last 4 turns. So he's been on a nice roll. We're happy to have him.
Prices and more people needing care all affect what Michigan families pay. That's why Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan is ready to help by lowering drug costs, focusing on preventive care, and improving quality while reducing unnecessary costs. Because affordability matters to everyone, and progress is happening. Learn more about what Blue Cross is doing to help at mibluedaily.com/affordability.
A.J. Hinch Show, a preview of today's game with Tigers manager A.J. Hinch. Brought to you by McLaren Health, official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers.
You're getting ready for a 3-game series with the Seattle Mariners after a 3-game sweep of the A's in Sacramento. And in between the 2 games, trade deadline day yesterday. A.J., the trade deadline is now over. Casey Mize at the very end also traded away. So you've been talking very forthrightly about this, as you always do, in terms of, okay, let's acknowledge this is emotional. 2 very popular, talented teammates have been subtracted from this team. Can you just talk about some of the things that you're thinking about and talking about with your team after the trade deadline?
Really trying to just, be okay with the emotions that come with the deadline. You can be angry, you can be frustrated, you can be sad. There's all of that, and then you wake up and you got 50 games to play, which is a lot of games to make a move in this, in these competitions and in our division and in the race, and the season's not over, right? So many people are going to tell us that the season's over, yep. And we have to stay, resilient and resolve that we're going to keep fighting and keep playing. The path got a little harder. Obviously we're losing some significant people off of this team, but our attitude has to stay center focused on doing what we can to win as many games as we can, and we might surprise ourselves with how well we can play. This is the same team. Position player wise that put together all those runs in Sacramento and have performed better over the last couple of months. Our pitching took a hit, obviously, when you lose somebody like Skubal and Mize. But we're going to get Jackson Joe back, and we're going to put Drew Anderson in the rotation and try to fortify the pen internally from some AAA options. But feel sorry for yourself for 24 hours because you put yourself in this position where these decisions get made, and then pick yourself back up and go to beating the Mariners.
Man, as you said, this team, you wake up 50 games to go, there's still plenty of talent on this team.
Yeah, I mean, no one's going to expect anything from us now, which is actually probably a good thing for us to just be able to play freely. And, I know that experts will give us so many percentage chance of making the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, let's just win tonight's game, see where it takes us, and see if we can win a series. There are 15 series, I think, left, and we have a chance to win every one of them.
Okay, so the rotation right now is Montero, Melton, Valdez, bullpen game tomorrow. And as you said, Drew Anderson will be stretched out. Jackson Jobe is going to be joining the team in San Francisco. Let's talk about Anderson and Jobe real quick. Drew Anderson, the great numbers last year in Korea. I'm intrigued by the stuff and how he might perform as a starter.
Yeah, the routine's going to help him. Just getting his throwing routine, his workouts, his arm care, all that stuff will get back into his norm. And we've seen him in longer stretches be better than even the short burst, pitching more often. And so I'm hoping that his 4-pitch arsenal will be good. His efficiency will have a tick up, and he does get some swing and miss, which is pretty intriguing when you look at some of these lineups that he's going to be facing. And so he's going to get a runway to get some extended innings, and we may open for him from time to time, but generally speaking, you're going to see him in the dugout like a starter, and he'll prepare every 5-6 days to pitch, and then we'll build him up responsibly, starting tomorrow.
Jackson Jobe's still building up. It sounds like he is ready as much as he could be with 15 innings of rehab stuff. But we hear about the 100-mile-an-hour fastball, or it's up to 100. Can you talk about some of the secondary stuff and what you're hearing about that? Because he does have a true 4-pitch mix.
He's really good, first off. And I think we sometimes lose sight of that when you go through a surgery and you get injured, and even sort of the way that his career started by being in the bullpen. Like, this guy's a bona fide, legit starting prospect to hand the ball to. I have a ton of confidence in his mix, and he can spin the ball. His changeup's really good. Fastball velocity has ticked up. The volume is the big question for him. We're going to be responsible about coming off Tommy John. But I can assure you the hitters aren't very comfortable, and it's because he has 2 fastballs, he has 2 breaking balls, and he has a really good changeup.
Thank you, AJ.
You got it.
Tigers manager AJ Hinch. Stay with us. We've got more for this on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Jeff Rieger with Around the League from the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, brought to you by Big B Coffee, the official coffee of the Detroit Tigers. When Tarek Skubal was in Detroit, he was asked to stop his fair share of losing skids. After all, that's what aces do. And now that he's gone all Hollywood and is a member of the back-to-back champion Dodgers, he's asked to do the same thing tonight as he makes his L.A. debut wearing Dodger blue at Wrigley Field. Dodgers in action yesterday against the Cubs after getting swept by the Red Sox and Chicago. Chicago rolled. Up 4-3, bottom of the third inning. The former Tiger Carson Kelly with a poke. Man on.
Carson Kelly, deep to left. Out of here. A 2-run homer, and the Cubs have a 6-3 lead. Number 7.
Cubs win the game 10-5. That's a 4-game skid for the Dodgers. And now Tarik Skubal, as we speak, is trying to stop that LA skid in his first outing since being traded by the Tigers. Some pretty good drama there. Around the League, brought to you by Bet365. Take Troy Melton to strike out 9 or more M's. You get awesome odds at plus 800. This has been Around the League on the Detroit Tigers.
The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Some people might give you one pizza for $9.99. Little Caesars gives you more because more is better. It's Little Caesars More for $9.99 menu. Get 2 of your faves for only $9.99. The More for $9.99 menu for a limited time.
Pizza, pizza.
Online only. Available at participating Little Caesars locations for a limited time only. Plus taxes and fees where applicable. Prices and offers may vary by location. Prices may be higher on third-party sites or via delivery. No substitutions. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Now, back to the Metro Detroit Buick GMC Dealers broadcast booth. From the field, brought to you by Meyer, official partner of the Detroit Tigers.
Daniela Bruce with today's From the Field report. Joining me is our newest Tiger, Max Clark. Max, you made your debut, but it was in Sacramento, so minor league ballpark. Now we're in Seattle, and I saw you out there kind of taking it all in today. What are the impressions of the ballpark and how you're going to feel out there today?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be special. You know, nothing takes away from my MLB debut, but being in Seattle, which is probably a top 5-10 ballpark in the MLB, is crazy. I've never played anywhere with a third deck. I've never played anywhere with like this many fans. It's going to be crazy loud. Like, I've never had that experience, so I'll probably relive the debut. I have like equal amounts of adrenaline right now, but I feel way more confident than I did coming into last Tuesday. So, but it's beautiful here. The weather's perfect too. Like, 75 is better than 105 too. So I mean, it's perfect all around, incredible.
To get so many firsts out of the way in your first series in the big leagues, how much more relaxed do you feel heading into this series?
Yeah, I think that's huge. You know, AJ and I talked a lot about that. Like, being able to get as many out of the way, strikeouts, walks, hits, homers, doubles, whatever. Like, get it all out of the way, and then just go play. This is a special team. Like, there's been a lot circulating us, but like we're gonna go out there and win games. And so I just want to be the best version of myself to go out there and do so. And getting those out of the way really helped. So. I think I'm only waiting on like my first blunder, but besides that, like I think we're good. So.
We can wait for that one. That's okay. We can
definitely.
wait. You mentioned the third deck here in Seattle and you haven't played with one before. Was there anything you did today in preparation for it?
Yeah, I mean, just taking reads off the bat. You can only do so much like pre-game that will actually translate. But being able to like get out there and see BP balls off the bat, see the ball go up there, it definitely took a second for my eyes to get adjusted. But once they did, it's the same game. The ball flies the same way. They probably got a little more juice in the big leagues than in AAA, but it's the same game. Just go out there and catch the ball.
I know you and Tarek Skubal had a good relationship, and for your first few days in the big leagues to kind of be surrounded by the commotion of the deadline, what was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, like, I can't speak on it as much as everybody else can. Like you said, like, I've only been here a few days. But, like, all I know is that Casey and Scoop were incredible people. Like, they're great teammates. They helped me a lot in the spring. Like, that was a crazy fiasco that went down, and they were always there to help, always there to communicate and just get me through it. And then they were both really supportive coming up. It sucks to see them go, but wishing them the best. And, I could always speak highly of them, no matter how little I played with them.
How good's it been to be back with Kevin McGonigal?
Now that I can speak on forever. It's so good to be back, man. He's such a special guy. Like that's my best friend. It's my rock. It's really cool to share the field with him. It's something that we talked about on draft night 3 years ago. Like, it is pretty full circle to be here 3 years later.
Thanks, Max.
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
Detroit Tigers Baseball. Brought to you by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Ready to help. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network.
Prize, or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Dude, I'm only McDowell. I'm grabbing onto one of Cecil's legs, holding on for dear life. If it gets any tougher, guarantee you Cecil's not going anyplace.
And Seiko, a towering pop-up. This ought to be interesting. It's coming back toward first base. Fielder can't get it.
This is actually maybe the first time that I recall they're going to call a game on the win.
Well, they're going to stop it.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
There are a lot of decisions that have to be made in the rotation. We will talk about that. But we can tell you that the Tigers' offense right now is on a roll, and you got Troy Melton on the mound tonight, and right now he and Cater Montero are the leaders of this rotation, both pitching extremely well. Melton will be going for his 7th win in his 12th start. This is a Seattle team that pitches very well. Emerson Hancock on the mound for the Seattle Mariners. Pitching matchup brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. For all the latest offers, go to Toyota.com. The lineups are being exchanged at home plate. The two managers, Dan Wilson and A.J. Hinch. Let's take a look at the details with Dan.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comerica Bank. Want to elevate your small business? Visit Comerica.com/succeed to learn how. For the Tigers, leading off at third base, Kevin McGonigal. Batting second at second base, Gleyber Torres. Batting third and doing the catching, Dylan Dingler. Batting fourth in left field, Riley Green. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, Colt Keith. Batting sixth at first base, Spencer Torkelson. Batting seventh in center field, Max Clark. Batting eighth at shortstop, Javier Baez. And batting ninth in right field, Zach McKinstry. For the Mariners, leading off at second base, Cole Young. Batting second in left field, Randy Arozarena. Batting third in right field, Dominic Canzone. Batting fourth in center field, Julio Rodriguez. Batting fifth at first base, Josh Naylor. Doing the catching and batting sixth, Cal Raleigh. Batting seventh at third base, Brendan Donovan. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, Taylor Ward. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Colt Emerson.
Game time weather is much about.
Marshall going back to the warning track, slowing near the wall, leads, and he caught it. Dalton Marshall takes one away from Brady House.
Not that deep. Moniak on the move. Here's the throw to the plate. It is on line, out at the plate. What a throw to cut down for me.
And with a dive, it's Taveras. He's able to scoop it off the green. That is a catch.
Line drive up the middle. Nunez dives, hops to his feet. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez. This is line and diving at second is Cronenworth. His throw, got him! You can hit it anywhere, but you can't hit it to the crowd zone.
And on comes Bench diving, and he made the catch. Splendiferous play by Carson Bench.
Back toward the wall, Hernandez leaps, and he made the catch! Arguably the best play he's made in the field as a Dodger.
Line to third, Caminero jumps up and pulls it out of the air.
And he's able to go up and end this ball game.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
54 and 58. And they now get ready to face the 27-year-old from Cairo, Georgia, Emerson Hancock.
Yeah, the Mariners have lost Hancock's last two starts. But he's pitched well here at T-Mobile Park, going 3-2 with a 2.93 ERA and striking out 62 in 58 and a third innings. He throws 6 different pitches, with opponents hitting well below 200 on 4 of the 6 offerings.
Dan, he's really the thing that jumps out, and it does kind of remind you what Casey Mize has done this year. Opponents had a 780 OPS each of the last 2 years. He's cut that to 630, and he's really changed his pitch mix, hasn't he?
Yeah, and last year, I know the Tigers, he had one start against them, and it didn't go well for him, back at the very beginning of the season. Didn't make it out of the first inning, so he had to do some changes, and we'll see if the Tigers can keep that rolling. But he's been a nice, not surprise, but a nice addition to an already strong starting staff.
Tigers are on a historically good run of hitting. McGonigal in the leadoff spot, first pitch of the game, swinging a foul to the screen, and we are underway here at T-Mobile Park in Seattle. So glad to have you along for the first of a 3-game series.
Winds are northwest at 9.
Tigers just swept the A's in Sacramento. They did a lot of things very well. 3 different players all reached 9 times in that series. Changeup gets a swing and miss. McGonigal reached 9 times. Max Clark reached 9 times. And Gleyber Torres reached 9 times in the 3 games. The 0-2 swinging a tap foul. That's a really good foul right there, Dan. That curveball wicked on the outer edge.
Yeah, it started off the plate, and that's what makes Kevin McGonigal so tough, is it looks like it's a ball. Instead of just letting it go, he realizes, that's going to be strike 3, and just able to clip it.
0-2, swing and miss. He went up with a fastball. Got some nice ride at the top of the strike zone after that curveball. That curveball, a pretty good example of what we see a lot, Dan. When you're really good, you oftentimes will see the pitch they throw the fewest times to your side of the plate. That's a pitch that he never throws to lefties, and he threw it on the second pitch to Kevin McGonigal to set up that good fastball. That brings up Gleyber Torres, sinker low and in.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think makes him so tough, is he might have 3 pitches that he leans on really heavily, but just when you least expect it, it's not something that he's just going to break out every now and then, but some good stuff.
Fastball paint, 95, outer edge, called strike. Nick Tomlinson is our home plate umpire today. Carlos Torres at first. Mark Wegner is the crew chief. He's at second base. Steven Yashinsky, tonight's third base umpire. Just underway and scoreless in the first inning, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Cutter is also a new pitch, and it's been a good one. Throws it mostly to lefties, and so there's Gleyber Torres. Really hot right now. Sees a pitch that he never throws to righties. Sweeper in. It really is. It becomes very predictable that if you're hot, you're going to see the pitch they never throw to you. That side of the plate.
And use them all.
Yep.
It's not, I'm not going to fall in any pattern, and I'm going to use them all. And I'm sure they're encouraging him to do that.
2-2, ground ball to second base. Young will scoop it off his shoot tops, a lob over to Naylor at first. This is not a great defensive team, the Seattle Mariners. Their infield, if you combine by defensive runs saved, the infield has had mighty struggles so far this year. By defensive runs saved, the Seattle team is bottom 3 in the American League. Infield has had struggles. The outfield has had struggles. First pitch to Dylan Dingler, a fastball for a strike. If you combine all 4 infielders for the Mariners, they are a combined minus 35 defensive runs saved. And the outfielders are minus 12. Tigers' outfield still grades out poorly, but their overall number has jumped markedly by defensive runs saved. Swing and a miss on another fastball, no balls and 2 strikes.
Just before the game, just standing down in the dugout listening to AJ, and I took a walk out there. The grass looked a little longer, and maybe that's just because of what we saw in Sacramento.
Swinging a foul out of play. Yeah, Sacramento's cut like a putting green almost.
Exactly. But maybe they just allow it to be a little bit longer, possibly for what you just mentioned, to maybe give those infielders a little bit more time to get to some baseballs, help them out a little bit.
The 0-2. Swing and a pop-up, late swing, and a curveball over the plate. Rodriguez comes in toward right center, shallow to make the catch in a 1-2-3 first inning for Emerson Hancock and the Seattle Mariners. We go to the bottom of the...
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Dominic Smith leads off for Atlanta.
Pitch on the way. Dominic Smith hammers one. A mile high, a mile deep, a majestic shot, and it's 2-0 Braves. What a display of power by Dominic Smith. A home run deep over the right field wall, and it's 2-0 Atlanta.
Boy, that was such a pretty swing. Dominic just pulls his hands in and gets the barrel to it, and that ball cleared the fence. I mean, waved goodbye as it was going over. It was smoked.
It sets. It's in you. Be golden. Explore more at oakland.edu.
I'm attorney Mark Bernstein, and we partner with the Michigan State Police to keep you safe on the road. Get your free Call Sam car safety kit today at callsam.com.
First pitch today is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. First inning is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. No score. Bottom of the first. A 1-2-3 first for Emerson Hancock. The Mariners now get ready to face the 25-year-old from Newport Beach, California, Troy Melton. First pitch for Troy Melton. Fastball outside. We see him struggle with the first couple of batters with that fastball location, and it's the same miss every time, Dan.
It just takes him just that I don't know, 20 pitches to kind of get in the flow of things.
Cole Young takes a slider low and in. Seattle offense that this, again, a very pitcher-friendly ballpark year in and year out, but they're the same home and road, which is to say not very good. Bottom three in run scoring, just under 4 runs a game. The 2-0, up and away. It's amazing how many of his starts, and he's having a ridiculously good year, start this way, Dan.
Yeah, and he's had to pitch around some traffic. He did it against the Angels, against Kansas City.
3-0, he missed away with the fastball, and these are big misses. And usually it takes him, some games it took him 3, 4, 5 batters to dial it in. Last start out, it took him exactly 2 batters to dial it in. And then he cruised the rest of the way.
Cruised.
What a season for Troy Melton. 12th start of the year after the injury-shortened beginning to the season. Or delayed, I should say. Sinker misses, low and in. 5 pitches, 5 balls for Troy Melton.
And I know AJ was talking about Troy feels like he's not yet quite locked in yet. And if he's going to get even better and locked in even more, they'll take that all day long.
1-0, swing and a miss, fastball, Rosarina at the plate. So who are the guys that you really kind of circle if you're the Tigers? It's Rosarina, Canzone. Young in that leadoff spot has been pretty good. He just drew the walk. But it's Rosarina, Canzone are having consistently good years. The 1-1, swing and a miss, very good splitter. Doesn't want it there, but fooled Rosarina after the fastball. Rodriguez always a threat, but he has been kind of quiet at the plate this year. He's in the 4 spot. 1-2, shot foul. The stunning decline of Cal Raleigh is the story for the Mariners offense. It's as big a drop as you will ever see from a guy who hit for average and, of course, the 60 home runs. But the production is just not just down, it's off. The 1-2. Ground ball wide at first, backhanded by Torkel. Flip down to second for one, and the relay back to first. They turn the double play. Troy Melton covers first with the stretch. He's an athlete, Dan. 3-6-1 double play. Bases empty, 2 outs.
Boy, that ball's off the bat. I was like, you know what? Just make sure a one. And Spencer Torkelson does such a great job as always finding that lane. He gets it right to Javi Baez. Javi Baez almost took like a split second to make sure that Troy Melton was there, and then once he saw he was in position, he let go of that good fastball, and they were able to turn it over. But when that developed, I went, that's just going to get one.
Dominic Canzone batting. Slider low and in. The other guy that the Mariners are really missing, if you will, because of his lack of production, is Josh Naylor. Tiger fans aren't sad about that. 1-0. Splitter for a strike at the bell. He's left 2 splitters up now. Doesn't, again, want it there. Generally doesn't throw it there. No score. Bottom of the first inning. The windup in the 1-1. Swinging line drive. Base hit into center. Max Clark will come in, fielded on one hop. Dominic Canzone just so consistent. Had a breakthrough year last year. Plays mostly against righties only, but he's also hit a bunch of home runs and limited at bats against lefties. That'll bring up Julio Rodriguez.
Yeah, no, Dan, I look at this lineup and you just go down
the names, right?
Exactly. And you're like, how can they be at the bottom of most major categories?
They do rely on the home run for their run scoring. Rodriguez takes a first pitch cutter, outer edge for a called strike. Nate Tomlinson goes up with the right hand, middle of the pack and walks drawn. They're top 5 in most strikeouts. Power numbers, bottom 5. Strike 1. Check swing. Appeal to first. Carlos Torres says he did not go. Rodriguez hitting .254 with 16 home runs. But that OPS at a very, for him, mediocre .730, barely above league average. No score. Bottom of the first, the 1-1. Swinging a high pop-up. Kevin McGonigal will charge in from third, just to the left of the mound, make the catch. Troy Melton bounces back. This time it only took him 5 pitches to turn things around.
Varsho going back to the warning track, slowing near the wall, leaps, and he caught it. Dalton Varsho takes one away from Brady House. Not that deep. Moniak on the move. Here's the throw to the plate. It is on line, out at the plate. What a throw to cut down for me.
And with a dive, it's Taveras. He's able to scoop it off the green. That is a catch.
Line drive up the middle. Nunez dives. Hops to his feet. Oh, baby, what a play by Nasim Nunez. This is line and diving at second is Cronenworth. His throw. Got him. You can hit it anywhere, but you can't hit it to the crowd zone.
And on comes Bench diving. And he made the catch. Splendiferous play by Carson Bench.
Back toward the wall. Hernandez leaps, and he made the catch. Arguably the best play he's made in the field as a Dodger.
Line to third. Caminero jumps up and pulls it out of the air. And he's able to go up and end this ball game.
All right, Ryan, PSA dove in. Do we have them graded?
We do. This is the first set of graded cards from the 2024 Topps MLB Network set.
I'm so excited about this. Now, they all have the same grade, or?
No.
So one of us will be like the highest graded card.
Could be. There could be multiple. So first up, we got Mark DeRosa.
Of course, D-Rose a 10 out of 10. Handsome, athletic. All right.
Network, NorthvilleLumber.com.
Roddy Green leads off for the Tigers' second inning. Swings and fouls one back to the screen. Time for dollars on deck. If Colt Keith gets a hit this inning, Northville Lumber will donate to Detroit Bloodbusters. Northville Lumber is Michigan's oldest business. Largest Trex decking dealer. The strike 1. Shot foul over by the Tigers dugout on the third base side. Tigers in their road gray uniforms with the script Detroit across the front in blue outlined in orange and white. Numbers on the lower left of the front of the uniforms and on the backs as well. Riley swings, fouls it out of play. Mariners in their classic home whites. The block lettering Mariners across the front. Blue outlined in the emerald green. Good looking home uniform. The 0-2 in the dirt. Bounces up to home plate. So Emerson Hancock, the last couple of years, as Dan said, the Tigers got to him last year. This is not the same guy. Gigantic improvements, injury-shortened seasons, 28 starts total the last 2 years, but an ERA close to 4.90 combined in the 2 years, and it was high both years. Walk rate around 3, strikeout rate of 6. That was last year. Again, opponents hit this guy. 260 with power. 780 OPS. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Change up down, got him. And this year, opponents are hitting 217. He's cut the walks. He's bumped the strikeouts. And Dan, I'm really impressed with what he's done to his pitch mix. He's scrapped some pitches. He throws hittable pitches less. He's throwing his best pitches more. So the four-seam fastball use has gone up. The sinker use has gone down. Fastball's been hard to hit last year in this, and it's still really hard to hit. Keith takes a strike. Sinker, pretty hittable pitch. So he's using it a whole lot less, and it's become a much better pitch. Changeup use. He's almost scrapped the changeup because it got hit hard last year. Strike at the bottom, right at the knees. He's added a sweeper, added a cutter, and both have been weapons. Dan, that's a lot going on in 1 year, and it's made him a much better pitcher.
I think one of the big things, too, is just his arm angle.
0-2 line drive, and off the glove of Young, who's going onto the outfield grass. Trickled behind him. Soft one hopper, range to his left, tried to make the stab, and it popped off his glove. That'll be a hit for Colt Keith with one out here in the second of a scoreless game.
You know, he's dropped that arm angle down, not
way
quite,
down.
Yeah, not quite sidearm, but it's pretty doggone close.
So, I mean, it just, to me, that's just such a great example of the staff, Emerson Hancock, going, you know what? We think you can be better. Fastball for a strike. And that's a lot of changes, a lot going on. He's dropped his ERA by 1.5 down to 3.20. And that fastball, because of that low arm angle, has got that low vertical approach angle, and teams just don't hit it. Torkelson takes a pitch low and away.
And that's, we've seen that already. You know, the qualities you talk about, the induced vertical break, nothing that jumps out at you, but it's that vertical approach angle that kind of comes up in that upshoot.
1-1. Cutter strike on the outer third, and the Tigers, when they talk about opposing pitchers, it's all about the upshoot.
Yep.
They don't talk about low vertical approach angle. They talk upshoot 1, upshoot 2, upshoot 3.
And you got that going up, and then the sinkers going down.
1-2. Sweeper. Again, a new pitch away. He's added 2 new pitches and scrapped the slider.
And it's big. That sweeper is big. So, again, you got something that's kind of coming up, not rising, but appears to. Sinker, big break to the left.
2-2. Swing and a miss. That fastball plays.
There it is.
He's getting a lot more swing and miss, and a lot of it is on that fastball.
Then he's got the cutter, which is not quite as big a break as the sweeper. That's another one that goes to the left. The curveball, that one goes more down, and they're all different directions and all different speeds.
He sets it up really well, too. That's twice. Set McGonigal up with the off-speed before he struck him out on the fastball. Set Torkelson up off-speed before the fastball. Max Clark at the plate. It's worth repeating. 6 for 12 with 3 walks. He reached 9 times in his opening weekend of play. Sinker at the belt for a called strike. 95, 96 on the sinker and four-seam. Brendan Donovan just activated at third tonight, even with the base and way off the line. Clark swings, fouls it out of play. We're in the number 15. We liked watching him roam center field in Sacramento. And we enjoyed watching him run the bases with a pretty mature approach. It's only 3 games, but boy, there was lots of life.
It sure was. I mean, again, it's just some guys you just sit there and go, man, these guys are fun to watch. How are they going to wow us tonight?
1-2. Fastball up and away. Very disciplined at bats.
You know, the other thing that I see is he's not afraid. He's not afraid to talk to the home plate umpire, too. I was like, you know, most rookies are kind of that little scared, right. But he'll turn back and so, like, good pitch, you know, like when he swings or something like, you know, like asking, hey,
that's good.
Strike? Absolutely, not shying away from just getting it home.
Keith takes off, pitch up and away, throw it on to second base, not in time. Cole Keith with his 5th steal in 5 attempts. Good time to do it. 3-2 count on Clark. Let's pause for station identification on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Runner in scoring position in a 3-2 count. The pitch, swinging a slicing drive down the left field line. We saw 3 of the 6 hits from Max Clark go to left field. It was fastballs away. It was breaking balls away. And Dan, it just reflected a really good approach.
Yes, just the back control. And then when he got a breaking ball that was kind of working its way towards him, he got underneath it for his home run.
3-2 off the plate and in. Another walk for Max Clark. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts in game number 4. Couple of men on for Javi Baez.
In that pitch, it was a good, nice swing back sinker. And it just missed inside. And, you know, Max looked really comfortable in taking that pitch. Just went out and kind of noticed that, okay, it's right there at my front hip. It's going to work its way back, but it's going to be just off. And he took it. Didn't even flinch at it.
Nope. Javi likes to swinging a fly ball left field, running a long way. Canzone will reach out, make the catch, go over the railing a little bit, and then come back onto the field and hang on. Fine play. There is very little foul territory. The retaining wall is coming up, and Canzone doesn't play in the field a lot. Made a terrific catch. Baez flies out.
In a big-time spot here in the 8th. It's the 2-2 pitch. Yelich, a high drive, deep right, down the line, fair, and gone! Yelich delivers in the clutch. And he left nothing in the tank.
My God, how far did that go? A bomb.
421 feet away.
My goodness.
Christian Yelich, a 3-run blast.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back, bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grid, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play, only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
The first thing people realize is the history of Montgomery, and that history is real. So while that history is in the past, it also helps us move forward in a positive way.
Just like a lot of other of the 120 minor league teams, is, you know, the baseball is not what we do, right? The Tampa Bay Rays do a phenomenal job of sending amazing athletes here, and we let them handle the baseball, and we handle everything outside the line.
Josh Naylor takes a strike, one of the most popular Mariners for Tigers fans. Josh Naylor at the plate. Pitch away.
Cater likes him, too.
Kevin McGonigal likes him, too.
Yes, yes.
One of the oddest plays I think I've seen in years was that play at first. And ground ball, chop foul down the first baseline. He's going over to make a play unassisted. McGonigal's running down the line. He just kind of slows down and basically stops on top of the bag to force a collision. Yeah, Cater, it got away from him, Dan.
You did.
It got away from him.
Good time for it to get away from him. And
yeah, that was quite a weekend in Detroit for Josh Naylor. Soft ground ball, chases a changeup away. Javi Baez will field it next to the base at second, flip it over to first. Josh Naylor hitting 260, but it's a quiet 260. Such a consistent, powerful, dangerous hitter, and he has been none of those things. And that brings up Cal Raleigh, as we talked about. This is one of the most stunning things I have seen. Last year, was stunning. A 60 home run season, and now it's nothing. Soft ground ball to first. Torkelson will pick it up over to the bag, tag it with his right foot. And those are the at-bats that the Mariners fans have been watching most of the year. Cal Raleigh came into this game after hitting 240 with a 950 OPS and 60 home runs last year, hitting 160, slugging 300 with a 570 OPS this year. I've never seen anything like it, Dan. First pitch, fastball, strike one to Brendan Donovan. Left-handed batter, just off the IL.
you could see Cal Raleigh was just going to try to ambush Troy right there, and Troy knew it, and so did Dylan Dingler. So they threw that little cutter right in on the hands. Hit that weak little ground ball.
This is a good hitter at the plate. Fastball dialed in now, down and away, swing and a miss. How about, isn't it fascinating to watch the starts of Troy Melton? Missed with his first 5 pitches. He hasn't gone to ball 2 on a batter since, swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. He is dialed in now. He's throwing nothing but strike ones. This has been fascinating to watch. Troy Melton is having a phenomenal start to his season. The 0-2. Big cutter in and off the plate.
This is a piece, though, that you're right, that the Mariners have been missing for about 3 months.
Yep.
So they welcome him back, getting Taylor Ward in the trade with the Orioles.
1-2 and swing and a pop-up. Softly into left field, Riley Green charging in. He'll call off Kim McGonigal. Stop, make the catch. A 1-2-3, very efficient second inning. It's what Troy Melton does. Once he gets those first.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the Ultimate Mystery Player Challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
I'm Jonathan Mayer, and for more than 20 years, I've traced the path of baseball's rising stars, navigating the back roads of the national pastime and basking in the glow of small-town America's spirit, where the team is woven into the fabric of everyday life, where it's more than just a game. It's a celebration of the people, the traditions, and the culture that give these places their soul. This is Grassroots.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give them 10 down. Pretty good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight. Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
Safe on the road. Get your free Call Sam Car Safety Kit today at callsam.com.
For the first of a 3-game series, Tigers and Mariners. Line drive foul into the netting above the Tigers dugout. 1-1 on Zach, who's hitting .211 with 4 home runs. He's picked it up over the last couple of months. Pat's gone a little bit quiet in recent days, but this is still a guy you love having in the lineup because of his flexibility, in terms of every position that he plays, swinging a foul straight back. And when he's on the bases, he's still one of the best base runners on this Tigers team. Second inning today was brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. Play the Michigan Lottery's Gems Sevens instant games. Our third inning is brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. For fast service and the best price, choose Mastercraft. PitchCom issue for no.
That's what it looked like. It looked like
all he did was hand his PitchCom to the bat boy.
Right.
Are they going to go old style here and call signs?
Well, it just looked like maybe, he couldn't because it was falling off of his waist or wherever he had it anchored to his body.
It didn't look like he got another one, though. Line right down the right field line. That'll be extra bases. Zach McKinstry around first. Canzone up with the ball, and Zach will scoot into second. Leadoff double on a 1-2 pitch here in the third.
Got that sweeper, and it was just working towards down and in where the left-handers just absolutely love it. And Zach McKinstry just dropped that barrel of the bat and hooked it into right field in a really good start. You get that leadoff double on to start an inning, you like your chances of scoring, especially with Kevin McGonigal at the plate and his pulling prowess. Worst case scenario, you figure he's going to pull.
First pitch, fastball, foul tip into the glove of the catcher, Cal Raleigh, who's still very good behind the plate. Teams run on him. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but he's outstanding defensively. Blocking balls in the dirt especially. I'm always amazed when catchers catch foul tips like that. Swinging a foul out of play, so he's working McGonigal up with fastballs. Got him on a fastball above the belt with that upshoot. Probably upshoot two, I'm guessing.
And this is the only thing, staying up there to try to get him maybe to try to lift the ball in the air, get him to pop up.
The 0-2, ground ball to the right side, as ordered. On cue. McGonigal grounds out. Young flips it to Naylor at first and gets that runner over to third base. Dan, I think that's exactly what they were trying to do, and then they came down in the strike zone so McGonigal could hit the ball to the right side.
And they slowed it up, too.
Yeah.
They threw a changeup, which is a good pitch, obviously, to pull, but maybe they were hoping for the strikeout. But that's exactly it. With McGonigal up there, you feel like he's either going to drive mid or at least move him over.
Everybody there to greet him at the top step as he goes down the dugout steps. Made a productive out, did his job. Gleyber Torres takes pitch, breaking ball low and away. Infield in tight. Donovan at third. Emerson at short. Young at second, shades up the middle, and Naylor's way off the line. Gleyber Torres, we know, can shoot the ball to the right side. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Boy, that cutter is sharp, and it's late break. Outfield plays Gleyber to go the opposite way, just slightly. Rosarena in left, Rodriguez in center, Canzone in right. Everybody shifts to the right a few steps. The 1-1. Swinging a ground ball, chopped to short. Emerson Fields fires, and they easily get Zach McKinstry at home plate. Man, he almost got in under the tag of Raleigh. He broke quickly. Emerson, the rookie, played it perfectly.
He had to make a really good play. That ball beat him. But Zach McKinstry almost got that hand in there.
If that throw isn't exactly... Ooh, wow. Tigers didn't challenge, but that last replay.
Sure did. Because the ball beat him, and it looked like that tag was right in the small of the back, and that hand from Zach McKinstry looked like it just bang, bang.
I would love to see that slowed down just a little bit. And we are going to see it slowed down just a little bit on our Detroit Sportsnet monitor. No challenge, but I think he got the hand in. Brings up Dylan Dingler. Now, why is Cal Raleigh and Josh Naylor? They're going out to the mound, having a long discussion. Be careful pitching to Dylan Dingler?
Well, I mean...
keep an eye on Gleyber Torres at first?
I was going to say, I don't think it's keep an eye on Gleyber.
But, I don't think so.
No. But, again, maybe just after a big out like that, you want to make sure that the focus isn't lost and you have a little bit of a letdown. You got to make sure that, hey, we're almost back in the dugout, but you got to finish the inning.
Ground ball up the middle and pass to diving Emerson into center field. Gleyber Torres around second. He will hold. Rodriguez closing quickly in center field. Dylan Dingler didn't hit it hard, but he got it by Cole to Emerson. J.P. Crawford, the fine shortstop for the Mariners, is on the injured list. Just went on. We won't see him in this series. No score. We're in the third inning. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. Injury Report is brought to you by McLaren Health, the official healthcare system of the Detroit Tigers. One guy we haven't talked a lot about, Brant Herter, is making his way back. He has started to throw bullpens, and who knows, he might be getting close to a rehab assignment. That will be a big arm to get back.
Yes.
Change up strike to Riley Green. I know you love that arm. We all do. But you've always just loved there's a little bit of funk in his delivery.
Yeah, and just how tough he is on lefties, but also he can get righties out just as well.
Broken bat, shattered bat to short. Emerson charges, backhands, flips, and he too casual, threw it away at first. Gleyber Torres will score. Dingler to third, Riley Green to second. He had more time, I think, than he realized, and he just flipped it to first while all of his momentum was going to third, and he wasn't close.
Yeah, it was just with the shift. Emerson was way up the middle, the broken bat, so it was slowly hit to shortstop and just had to field it on his backhand side and then flip underhand and threw it way up the right field line, allowing that first run to score.
Torres scores. 1-0 Tigers. See if Colt Keith can really make the Mariners pay. Swinging a foul out of play. Well back third base side. Ground ball single that Young knocked down on the outfield grass in his first at-bat. Quietly, Colt Keith, with a bunch of multiple hit games in the last 2 weeks, has raised his average up to 266. Starting to drive the ball. Line drive, base hit into right. Dingler is in. Green around third, heading home. Up with the ball, Canzone. Throw to the plate all the way through. Not in time. Head first slide gets Riley Green in. Tigers take a 3-0 lead. Colt Keith delivers with 2 outs.
There you go, Dan. You wanted a big hit by Colt Keith to take advantage of that misfire. Colt Keith does it. Just gets that curveball that's hanging on the outside part of the plate, right off the end of the bat, shoots it into right field over second baseman Cole Young. Canzone comes up with a good, strong, accurate throw to home, and Riley Green just beats that throw. Tigers take that 3-0 lead.
Boy, that is such a big error by Emerson, and you love it when the Tigers take advantage. Given an extra out, 3 unearned runs. Ground ball foul. Torque at the plate, struck out first time up. He saw a pretty wicked sweeper fastball combination last 2 pitches of the at-bat, and the fastball had been set up perfectly to get a swing and miss strikeout. Keith stole a base last time up. Hancock can be easy to run on at times, and Keith obviously picked the right pitch last time to steal a base. That's 8 steals in 9 attempts for opponents of Emerson Hancock this year. This is start number 21. Not a big number, but it certainly suggests that if you pay attention, you can find that little edge in the delivery. Torkelson takes a sweeper away, 2-1.
Yeah, I just think back to that conference that they had out on the mound right before Dylan Dingler, and just it was a pivotal moment. They had that big play where threw out Zach McKinstry at home, and they couldn't put an end to the inning. The Tigers end up scoring 3 runs.
Flip over to first to drive Keith back. Naylor holding with him. Naylor's pretty good at first, but again, not grading out especially well. Nobody on this infield is. Torque waiting. He's got the good hitters count, the 2-1. Swinging a pop-up foul and out of play. Fastball 95 at the belt. The pitch has been hit for low average the last 2 years. Some power. But if he's locating, if he keeps it at the belt and above, it's a weapon. The 2-2. Swinging a foul straight back. Fouled another 4-seam fastball up and away. I like the way the Tigers are making Emerson Hancock work. Pitch counts in the mid-50s. Second trip through the order. This is when he has struggled the most. 2-2 again. Swinging a pop-up. Foul and out of play. Well back first base side. We're perched above home plate just to the first base side. It's just a gorgeous setting for baseball. Always loved this ballpark. Opened midway through the 1999 season. 3 levels of seating from foul pole to foul pole. The 3 levels wrap around the right field foul pole. 2 levels of seating in left. An upper deck in straightaway center, the grandstand seats. We're at the club level in between the upper and lower deck. There's not a bad seat in this ballpark. The Kelly Green seats. And like most ballparks on the West Coast, a very pitcher-friendly ballpark. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Rode the fastball up and in. 7th pitch of the at-bat. Torque strikes out. Tigers take advantage of a 2-out error by Colt Emerson to score 3. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 3-0 Tigers. This is the home of Detroit Tigers.
Way back there, way back, Tatis at the wall, and he leaps and makes a spectacular catch. He brought that one right back into the ballpark.
That is 5 straight strikeouts now for Burke.
Sean Burke, 6 scoreless, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts.
Swung on and driven, high and deep, and is gone! Back-to-back, Abreu and Contreras.
7 strikeouts for Noah Cameron. He took a no-hitter into the 7th, and an 8th scoreless allows just 1 hit. An incredible performance today from the Royals lefty.
Back it goes, deep it goes, and gone! Cody Clemens wins it down to their final strike. Twins win! Twins win! The Twins win it!
If you stick around to the end with this club, you never know what you might find.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Latte. Big B makes it better.
Fox 2 is just the best. Watch before I go to bed.
You definitely hit the local angle very good. When I watch Fox, I feel like I'm getting the whole story.
They're working for you.
Nothing Tigers. Troy Melton, first pitch sinker low and in. I think we've just seen this guy recently, Dan.
I was going to say.
Taylor Ward.
Yes, we got plenty of him.
Fastball at the belt for a called strike. Just traded to Seattle. We saw him with the Angels. Or I'm sorry, with Baltimore. He'd been with the Angels for a long time. The 1-1. Swinging a foul to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We told you about the different hitting profile from 36 home runs last year to, 7 this year. This is his first at-bat with the Mariners. OPS is near the same because he's become a walk machine. The 1-2. Swing it. Miss. Splitter. Changeup. It always goes into the books as a splitter, and that fools me a little bit. But always try to remind myself that he calls it a changeup because it is. He said, I don't know why they call it a splitter. I think we've talked about it, Dan. The movement profile is the same as a splitter.
You know what? And we're doing a lot better. I know every now. No, we are.
We're getting better.
And when you see the grip of it, it's just like that kick change.
Swinging a foul off of Dylan Dingler. Colt Emerson at the plate.
You know, that grip. You know, that grip that Drew Anderson has. And you see the close-ups of it, and it's just that middle finger that's spiked, and it's clearly a changeup.
Look at the job that Troy Melton has done since walking the first batter on 4 pitches. The strike 1, swing and a miss, up and in. This is now 8 batters later. He hasn't gone to a 2-ball count since starting the game with 4 straight balls to Cole Young. The 0-2, swing and a foul to the screen. Colt Emerson got out to a terrific start this year. One of the really top prospects in baseball, certainly in the Mariners organization. When we saw him a couple of months ago, he'd just been called up. He was off to a great start, and now he is struggling. The 0-2. Curveball floats up and away for ball 1. Last 36 games, Colt Emerson has hit 170. with mostly just singles. The 1-2 swinging a foul out of play.
And that changeup too, Dan, that we were just talking about, he's starting to use it a lot more, and it's not just to left-handed hitters. He's using it to both sides to go along with both fastballs, the cutter and slider.
1-2 swing and a miss. Woo! That fastball took off at 97. Colt Emerson had no chance. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the third, the first 2 strikeouts for Troy Melton. Today's game brought to you in part by Northville Lumber, the official lumber yard of the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. This series is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, 1-800-CALL-SAM. 3-0 Tigers in the third. First pitch slider high and away. The numbers for Troy Melton coming in 6-1 with a 1.75 ERA. He's given up 41 whole hits in 67 innings. 1-0, swinging a pop-up, out of play. Down to our left, 1-1 on Cole Young, who walked on 4 pitches first time up. Opponents have hit 170. Walk rate just below 3 per 9, and the strikeouts are climbing at 8 per 9, just a tick above that. But man, is he on a roll right now. The 1-1. Line drive foul into the seats down the right field line. You got to get these numbers in a hurry because he's working fast and getting quick outs. Dan, his last 7 starts, 41 innings of work, and a 1.09 ERA. 21 hits in 41 innings. And it's 1 run or none, just about every game, 6 of the 7 starts.
Yeah, and if you happen to get runners on base, you better take advantage of it because it doesn't happen very often.
Ground ball softly to the right side. Torres charges, fields right by the grass, flips it to Torkelson at first. Young gets down the line quickly. Another 1-2-3 for Troy Melton.
Puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas y jerseys autografiados, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores. Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Driven deep to left field. Going back Ramos. Track. Wall. See ya. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees lead to 3-0.
Got a lot of giddy up on it. Hey now.
Bludgeoned. He knew it.
It's just ridiculous upper body strength. Be able to muscle that ball.
Halfway up in the bleachers in left field. Stanton was 414.
108 miles an hour up the bat.
Big G. Ringing the bell. His first homer of the season. His second RBI in as many games.
Somebody probably wants to hear about an Oral Hershiser card, and this is an odd one. Because how many times do you see somebody placing sod at an AstroTurf field in Pittsburgh? I asked the groundskeeper at Dodger Stadium to cut me out some turf, and we traveled with our grass, so that momentum, that vibe from Dodger Stadium, and we started to win on the road. So the nickname, the Sod Squad.
Saves lives. Schedule your cancer screening today at carmanis.org/spire.
First pitch to Max Clark, backdoor breaking ball for a called strike. Tigers bench coach George Lombard is not with the Tigers tonight because he got word, of course, only after he got to Seattle that his son, George Jr., had gotten called up by the Yankees. And we just saw a great highlight. George Lombard Jr. hit a home run in his major league debut, and the reaction of mom and dad, oh my goodness, that's priceless. The 0-2 swinging a foul off the glove of Cal Raleigh Jr. Dan, what a moment.
I mean, just a matter of that he was able to get out there, for that. I think that is just the greatest thing for him to be placed in the lineup and see that. You saw George Lombard just look at the sky and like, oh.
What a moment. What a moment. George Lombard is always, when we get off the bus at the plane, always the last one off, because inevitably on getaway day, his son, and now both sons, are playing somewhere. So we're going to line drive left center field, and Rodriguez will come in and grab it easily into shallow left center, kind of a little humpback liner that was up in the air long enough for Rodriguez to make the catch. But that's always my picture of George Lombard on the bus. He's the last one off. I'm one of the last ones off, but he's always sitting there in the seat watching his sons at bats.
You know, and the other thing is, there's a lot of times that he flies home on an off day to go watch his kids play.
Fastball strike. I had the nicest conversation with Jacob, his younger son, who was going to be a top 10 pick at the time I talked to him. He's the most level-headed. I mean, George Jr. obviously is a prospect. Soft ground ball to short. Emerson will charge, scoop it off his shoe top, flip from the lip of the grass over to first to get Baez 2 up and 2 down. Just the most level-headed young man. He knew he'd be a top 10 pick, or at least that's where he was projected. He ended up going 14th. But he's like, teams are working me out. They're doing the questionnaire. And he just had such a good attitude about it. But he'd been on everybody's radar for how many years, Dan?
Oh, he was young. Because George kept saying, George Jr.'s really good, but Jacob? He's probably not the best player in the family.
So Jacob Lombard is certainly someone to keep an eye on. But both appealing young men. And George is just such a terrific part of this coaching staff. Fastball away to Zach McKinstry, ball 1. 3-0 Tigers are in the 4th inning, but what a thrill for the Lombard family. George Jr. hitting a home run in his 2nd major league at bat. 1-0 to McKinstry, swinging a foul out of play. And, the Yankees won 2-0. Did I even mention who he played for? Yankees won 2-0 over St. Louis in New York. 3-0 our score here. McKinstry doubled first time up. Fastball away. It ended up, even though he was thrown out at home, that leadoff double helped fuel the Tigers' 3-run 3rd inning with the leadoff man on. Got the good hitters count 2-1. Doubled on a 1-2 pitch first time up. Hancock's sinker misses low and away, 3-1. Again, another big improvement for Hancock. The walk rate down sharply. Pretty good chance that he'll get back into this at-bat. Donovan's off the line at 3rd. Emerson's up the middle, the 3-1. Middle with a sinker. What movement on that pitch, though? Whew.
It looked like Zach was taken all the way, too. Either that or he was fooled by just all the movement on it.
3-2. Low and in. And will Cal Raleigh challenge? Wow, he did not. I think he would have won the challenge. Kind of yanked the fastball. But it was right there. Zach McKinstry draws a walk. I would look for him to take off at first base. Today's game brought to you in part by Meyer, an official partner of the Detroit Tigers. 4th inning brought to you by Wallside Windows, Michigan's leader in replacement windows. Kevin McGonigal, ground ball, knocked down, trickles away from Naylor. He'll pick it up, over to the bag, Tiger with his left foot again. A play at first base with McGonigal charging down the line, this time routine. And he recovered after the
2 strikes on Hunter. This ball hit deep left field. Take a good look. You won't see it for long. It's a 1-run game. 2nd deck for Hunter Goodman. His 1st of the year. That thing went 435 feet.
And you get the future Hall of Famer, and for Hunter Goodman, last year's Silver Slugger, the National League as a catcher, just a rolling curveball. Hang it, Hunter Goodman's gonna destroy it.
Pack your bags, it's time for a road twib. In a brand new segment, we're hitting the road, and our first stop is a big one. It's Yankee Stadium. Opened in 2009, Yankee Stadium's majestic presentation reflects the iconic look of the original stadium that once stood just across the street. Make your way over to Monument Park to see a collection of plaques and retired numbers that honor both Yankee legends and baseball greats. Over at the Yankees Museum, look back at over 100 years of team history. Time to grab a bite to eat. Maybe the classic chicken bucket or the ice cream chicken bucket. Whatever your appetite, they've got something for you. But the main event is always Yankees baseball, and there's not a bad seat in the house. Sit with the bleacher creatures in right field and join in on the famous roll call. Or take your place in the judges' chambers. Action and history are at every turn, and all fans will find something to appreciate at the home of the Bronx Bombers.
Two-run double.
Mike Valena here. If you're looking for a great trip to plan, go do something fun, how about Vegas? The D.com, D Las Vegas. It's your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Two, 3, 4 hitters. Randy Rosarena takes a curveball strike to start the fourth inning. Troy Melton on the mound. The strike one. Change up, down, check, swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. Carlos Torres goes up with the right hand. Instant replay brought to you every game by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm. When you need the right call made, it's 1-800-CALL-SAM. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. The 0-2, swinging a line drive, base hit into right. That's a pretty good piece of hitting. Cutter, Dingler wanted it away, and Rosarena, arguably the best hitter in this lineup, just punched it into right.
Yeah, you know, immediately Troy looked in at Dylan Dingler like, oh man, with that look, like I can't believe I just gave up a hit. But I don't think it was that bad of a pitch. Rosarena, like you said, just did a good job of just staying with it.
He really did.
He might have wanted it out of the strike zone just to get him to chase a little bit, but still not a bad pitch at all.
3-0 Tigers. Backdoor slider misses outside to Dominic Canzone. Left-handed batter is just steady, steady, steady. Again, it's a Rosarena Canzone of the two that probably you circle the most. Brendan Donovan, once he scrapes the rust off, would be another. Cutter strike. You look for those guys who are consistent. And Canzone, kind of the breakthrough year last year, rock solid, very consistent month to month. Hitting for average, hitting for power. 1-1. Half cut. Change up away. What movement on that pitch. Woo. Canzone stepping out like, wait, that was about 18 inches of run there.
You know, I got to deal with your fastball and your cutter in on my hands, and then you throw that thing?
Javi Baez up the middle. Interesting that he's kind of shallow up the middle. Swinging a pop-up, fouling out of play. Usually when you see a shortstop up the middle, now he's in double play depth, but still he's about 5 feet to the left of second base.
Just Dan, that after that good running changeup going down and away, right back in on the hands of Canzone with that good four-seam fastball.
Outfield deep except for Riley Green. He's in a little bit and toward the line with the lefty at the plate. Clark in center, shades toward left center. The 1-2. Swinging a pop-up. Shallow center field, digging hard. Clark still going, slides, makes the catch as he goes to the ground. What ground he covered. Deep in center field, he made the catch about 50 feet from the infield dirt.
On the right field side of second base also. And as you pointed out right before the pitch, he was playing deep. That ball was in the air a long time, shaded towards left center, and outran that ball to make that sliding grab, but on the right field side of second base.
Wow, is that a good play?
We wanted to add aspirations of throwing a Rosarena out at first, too.
Carter is swinging to miss. Julio Rodriguez batting. We've seen him make the plays where he goes gap to gap on a ball hit hard on a line. Like you said, that was in the air a long time, but he had to run 120 feet to catch it. Rodriguez takes a strike, no balls and 2 strikes. All right, so Dan, let's talk about the numbers for Troy Melton. If he gives us a chance, he'll probably get a double play ball on this next ball, this next pitch. But the numbers are intriguing to me, and I want your opinion on some of the good fortune, perhaps, that he's pitching with. Low and away, 1 and 2 on Rodriguez. So whenever I see, obviously, Troy Melton's having a great year. Opponents are hitting 174, but when I see a batting average on balls in play below 200, that's something that pitchers can't usually keep there, and a strand rate that's above 90%. Those two things usually correct a little bit. I mean, they've, regressed to the mean. So, but then again, I think he's done this for 2 years running now.
Yeah, how long? Yeah. How long is it going to last? We don't know.
He is starting to get more swing and miss, which is a very good thing. The 1-2. Changeup just missed in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Unofficially in my scorebook, that is the first time he's gone to a 2-ball count since the first batter of the game when he walked Cole Young on 4 pitches. Melton sets the 2-2 and swinging a foul to the screen. So the Tigers they talk a lot about when you get ahead in leverage, and his first pitch strike throwing has been much better lately, and you win the race to 2 strikes, you control contact. And he is doing that. So balls are not being put in play hard.
I was going to say, there's not a whole lot of, that's why that batting average, I think, is so low, because very soft contact.
2-2, slider away. 3-2 on Julio Rodriguez. 3-0 Tigers, man on a man out in the 4th for Seattle.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then there might be a solo home run that's hit, but very rarely do you say, oh, man, he's getting knocked around here. There's a couple, 2-3 in a row or 2-3 in an inning that are hard hit. Very seldom is that the case.
3-2, swinging a foul out of play. That cutter has become such a key pitch for him. It helps him get back in the strike zone, Dan, when things might be off a little bit. And he started to throw it about 2 miles an hour harder for the last month.
And it's what he does with his other pitches with that. The slider with that and the 4-seam fastball.
3-2, check swing. Did he go? Oh, up and in, the appeal to first. Carlos Torres says he did not. 8-pitch battle. The first long at-bat of the day for a Mariners hitter. Puts a couple of men on for Josh Naylor. Great double play candidate. He's grounded into 15 double plays already this year. Dylan Dingler is going to take that slow Dylan Dingler walk to the mound.
Yeah, and it's so good. And we've seen it work out so often where he does. He just gets out there, and where they weren't able to have the same luck with Hancock, they're going to try to do the same thing with Troy Melton. Just settle him down, get him back in the strike zone and making those good pitches.
Javi Baez comes in from short. Home plate umpire Nate Tomlinson goes out to break it up. Today's game brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the official healthcare provider of the Detroit Tigers radio network. Strikeout updates brought to you by Carbliss, the official ready-to-drink canned cocktail of the Detroit Tigers.
And there's something, too, that you can't overlook, is Javi Baez, after they were breaking up, Javi Baez had some words that he wanted to give to Troy Melton, and that's part of that leadership that Javi Baez and the Tigers were missing.
Cutter low and in to Josh Naylor.
Yeah, I don't think Javi says a whole lot, but when somebody like that who doesn't talk a whole lot says something, you take notice.
Yep. Naylor grounded out softly to Baez first time up. The 1-0, swinging a high fly ball into the corner and right and out of play. McKinstry came over, just got a better look at where it landed in the seats. Not quite home run distance. 326 down the right field line, 380 to the right center field gap, and then the wall goes across on an angle. 401 in straightaway center. 376 in the left center field gap, and 331 down the left field line. The 1-1. Fastball sizzles low and in. Now this becomes a big moment. With too many bad memories, the Tigers have done a good job against Naylor, but this guy just is a threat at the plate, even though he's not having a good year. The 2-1. Splitter away. 3-1 on Josh Naylor.
on that ball that he pulled foul, he had a big swing. He was trying to tie this ball game up, and he's in that good hitters count. Troy just can't give in. Still has to concentrate on making a good pitch.
3-1. Cutter at the belt, fooled Naylor for a called strike 2.
And there it was, Dan. Just like you said, instead of getting to that count where you have to come in with a fastball, you can come in with that cutter that's just a little bit slower. You can throw it for a strike, and it has a little slight wrinkle on it.
3-2, swing and a miss. Back to the changeup to get a big, big strikeout of a guy who does not swing and miss much. Third strikeout is a big one for Troy Melton.
Completely fooled him, but it was that cutter that got him back into the count to go to 3-2, and then that one was far from a strike, and the bottom just dropped out of that changeup, but it just was set up so beautifully by the previous pitch.
Brings up Cal Raleigh. First pitch, high fly ball. Down the right field line, going foul, towering fly ball, and did not have home run distance in the end. That's 2 at-bats in a row, Dan, where he's tried to charge Troy Melton.
You know, and he had the same approach as Josh Naylor, and that was that cutter boring in on the hands. The first one got him just to hit that weak ground ball to first base. That one, he was just got the barrel to it, but just came around it.
The strike 1. Fastball up and away. Cal Raleigh hitting 162 with 12 home runs. He got into he had the oblique early, tried to play through it in the early weeks of May, finally went on the injured list, and many feel that is a big, big problem, has been the big problem. Swing and a miss on a fastball up, but then what you also see is he's not hitting the fastball like he did last year. This is a guy you attack with fastballs.
Yeah. You know, he bad numbers against fastball and breaking balls.
The 1-2, fastball above the belt at 98. And Cal Raleigh fouled it back to the screen.
I'm saying most of these Mariner hitters in the game today are just not catching up to that fastball.
Went up with the fastball. Does he get the changeup here? I think maybe the cutter in again. The 1-2, swing and a miss. The changeup. Down and away. Cal Raleigh strikes out. Do we hear some boos? I think we did.
All your favorite games from MLB Play are back. Bigger, bolder, and better than ever. Test your skills with daily puzzles like MLB Pickle, the ultimate mystery player challenge, and Immaculate Grip, where stats and strategy collide. Then in Spinball, build your roster, take on your friends, and compete for the weekly prize. Or be the first to beat the streak and hit your way to the $5.6 million jackpot. Plus, the all-new Daily Walk-Off. Lock in your players by category for the walk-off win. The game's official home for games is MLB Play. Only on the MLB app and MLB.com.
Fenway Park is no stranger to passionate fans. But last week, the iconic ballpark was treated to a jolt of pure energy.
No Scotland, no party. Getting invaded by the Scots.
Thousands of Scottish soccer fans have traveled to the U.S. for the World Cup. Eager for a taste of our national pastime, the Tartan Army took their bagpipes to the streets of Boston and unleashed a party to remember. And of course, this included marching into Fenway Park, kilts and all. The Red Sox rolled out the red carpet, honoring their new friends from across the pond with a Scottish celebration night. Safe to say the Scots were grateful, busting out non-stop chants as the Sox took on the Rangers. But the Tartan Army wasn't done there. The drums and bagpipes hit Yankee Stadium next before continuing on to Miami. And inside Lone Depot Park, these brand new baseball fans got to see renowned Scottish soccer star Billy Gilmore throw out the first pitch. March on, Tartan Army. Glad you had a great time at the ballpark. Welcome to the big leagues.
Well, we certainly served it up over the plate. This is a burger fit for a home run king, the 99 burger in honor of Aaron Judge. They sell a bazillion of these at Yankee Stadium. It looks pretty good. I feel like we passed the test. What about you?
I think so.
Official lumberyard of the Detroit Tigers radio network, northvillalumber.com.
Gleyber Torres leads off for the Tigers. 3-0 lead. First pitch swinging. Pops it up. Foul first base side. Room for Naylor as he heads to the stands. Makes the catch 2 steps from the netting on the first base side. Past The Mariners dugout, 1 pitch, 1 out, 5th inning, 3-0 Tigers. 5th inning is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. Pitch counts are brought to you every game by Rocket Mortgage. Own the dream. Troy Melton through 4 has a pitch count of 66. That's an average pitch count through 4. Hancock was at 70 through 4. A little above average. Fastball up for a called strike. 2-3-4 hitters. Torres pops out. Dingler singled last time up. That was part of a 3-run third inning. The big play in that inning was the error by Colt Emerson on a shattered bat ground ball off the bat of Riley Green. Put runners at second and third when they threw the ball away. And then Cole Keith delivered a 2-run single. A run scored on the error and then 2 on the single. Strike 1. Cutter low and outside. Young at second, shades up the middle. The outfield shifts to the right just slightly on Dillon. The 1-1. Swinging a high fly ball, center field. Rodriguez will go back. Makes the catch. And I would say that fly ball right there is a pretty good example of the difference between the two ballparks that we have just played in Sacramento and here in Seattle.
You couldn't have said it any better. That ball had that nice click when he hit it, and I went, he hit that ball really good, and that's just like a routine fly ball.
Riley Green swings and hits a fly ball to center field. And Rodriguez going back to the track, to the wall, and gone! Riley Green just decided to hit it a little bit harder than Dylan Dingler. Got it over the fence in center, number 16. A big add-on run in the 5th. The Tigers lead 4-0.
That did. That had another one that just right off the bat, you went, that one's hit well, and it got about 3/4 of the way out, and it kept going. You said, that one is out of here, where Dylan's just kind of hit a wall out there. That one just kept going and ended up about 4 rows into the seats in center field.
Apparently you have to hit it about 5 miles an hour harder.
Yeah.
Keith fouls one to the screen. Year in and year out, this ballpark is not just pitcher friendly, doesn't even really capture.
Lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
Te encantan los jugadores. Te encanta el juego.
¡Y se fue!
Ahora puedes ser el dueño de grandes momentos del béisbol. MLB Auction te permite participar en la subasta de bates, bolas, jerseys autografiados y más, con artículos de tus equipos de grandes ligas favoritos, leyendas y jugadores agregados toda la temporada. Cada artículo es autenticado por MLB para asegurar que lo que llega directamente a tu hogar es original. ¿Quieres una parte del juego? Visita auctions.mlb.com.
Gaylord, Midland, or Redford.
Snap Camp, Metro Detroit's original. Snap Camp, Snap Camp.
It's baseball season, and you know what that means. It's Faygo time. Nothing beats an ice-cold Faygo. Faygo, the one true pop. Faygo is a proud sponsor of Detroit Tigers Radio.
Every Tigers home run this year is a Little Caesars Pizza home run. Order online for delivery at Pizza Portal Pickup. Josh Simpson, one of 3 lefties in the bullpen, comes out of the bullpen to face Riley Green. First pitch sinks on the outside edge for a called strike. Riley's got a shattered bat infield single. On that play, Colt Emerson threw the ball away that allowed the first run to score. The strike 1. Fastball away. But because he threw the ball away, so that was the single plus the error that put runners at second and third in a 1-0 game. In the third, Colt Keith's 2-run single made it 3-0. That was the big sequence in this game. Green grounds when fouled on the first base line, and then Riley Green, right after Dylan Dingler had crushed the ball to center field. We said that would have been out in Sacramento, but not here. You really got to crush it. And Riley Green did. One pitch later, hit it out to center field. 16th home run, made it 4-0. That's where we are in the 8th. Big sweeper away. 2-2 on Riley Green. 8th inning today is brought to you by Varsity Ford. Visit Varsity Ford in Ann Arbor. The 2-2. Check swing. Did he go? That was a called third, wasn't it?
I think so.
That looked low and outside. Riley did not challenge.
Yeah, it had to be. I mean, Riley didn't really. He did check his swing, as far as I'm concerned. It was just a half swing at it.
That brings up Keith. First pitch sweeper on the front door gets a called strike. This copyrighted broadcast presented by authority of the Detroit Tigers may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Detroit Tigers. You write handwritten note and ask politely. Maybe you can disseminate.
Be allowed.
The Melton family might want to disseminate this game. Man, oh man, did we enjoy watching that. 7 shutout innings, 0 runs on 3 hits, 2 starts in a row. The 0-2 to Colt. Sweeper low and away. That final line is brought to you by Figer Law. All they do is win. A gem of a game, and it's just, I don't ever want to take it for granted, but it's what we're watching every time out for 8 consecutive starts now. The 1-2. Swinging a line drive softly to third. Donovan scoops it on the short hop, very softly hit. Flips it over to first. Keith 3 for 3 in his first at-bat. First 3 at-bats. Grounds out softly for the second out here in the 8th inning.
I just like that he was left in there to get that at-bat against the lefty, too.
Me too.
You know, and just watching him in that bat, just hit it off the end of the bat, but he was not giving an inch. He was tracking the ball really well off a guy that, small sample size, that has done a nice job against left-handed hitters.
Ground ball, base hit, right side for Torkelson. Sinker up. We've seen him do this a little bit more in recent weeks.
Yep.
Spreading the ball around, but it's ground ball singles up the middle and to the right side. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but I think these are really important at-bats for Torque. He's becoming more of a well-rounded hitter.
I think you're right. You know, it's not an all-or-nothing at-bat.
Right.
And, you know, if you keep taking those good swings, you're going to continue to run in your home runs. You're going to get your home runs.
That's right. Max Clark takes sinker at 92 for a called strike. Terry Skubal made his first start for the Dodgers tonight. The Cubs beat the Dodgers 5-1. Tarek went 6, 2 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Left the game down 2-1, and then the Cubs added some runs late. Strike 1, sinker, swing, and a miss. Back into this bullpen is dynamite. Munoz, Bazardo, Ferrer, Spire. That's why AJ said it is so important to get out early and take the lead against this Seattle team. Check swing, pitch in the dirt. And Max Clark went too far and strikes out on an 0-2. Sweeper in the dirt gets him. 0 for 3 plus a walk for Max tonight.
Even if you're top dog, sometimes this game can be rough.
Now, look at you there.
Whoa!
That's like a stage dive at a concert.
Well, this is E3 all the way, but you wonder if the bat head really distracted him.
Now that's what you call really struggling.
Got a Simeon, and Simeon can't make the catch.
Quit stepping on me.
I'm just trying to do my job.
No,
hey!
No,
what are we doing?
Pure pandemonium.
But other times, baseball can throw you a bone.
Bouncing ball up the middle, diving stop, Massey, a flip, and an out! Walker to the track, to the wall, he got it!
Mangum hauls it in!
Simply says that.
Long run, Meckler, he dives, he caught it! Merrill sprinting back, jumps and makes the catch.
Dell flies it to right. Thomas moving back, still going, leaping try. Oh, he caught it! Oh my goodness, he caught it!
How about that?
The MLB app. Yeah, it's got game. This game. These games. All the games. Pre-game. Post-game. And everything in between. This is baseball your way. With real-time stats, scores, breaking news, and custom content that hits every time. Because you choose the teams and pick the players you want to follow. So when they catch it on the field, you catch it on the app.
And reserve your spot at mclaren.org/ER.
Jacob Waguespack takes over on the mound for the Tigers. Pitching change brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. 4-0 Tigers, bottom of the 8th inning. 8-9-1 hitters Ward, Emerson, and Young. Waguespack sparkling 170 ERA in his first 21 innings pitching for the Tigers. First pitch, fastball, swinging a foul tip to the glove of Dylan Dingler. Ward's first game was Seattle. We just saw him with Baltimore, traded to Baltimore in the offseason for Grayson Rodriguez. Now the Mariners trying to beef up this offense. They get Donovan back and they add Ward, who's an on-base machine. Swinging a soft fly ball to center field. Max Clark will drift in, head toward right center a little, make the catch. One up and one down.
You know, Waguespack is last pitched on Saturday, but he's got the trust of AJ.
He really does.
Yep, and when he comes into the game, it's like, okay, and this is it's relatively close game, 4-0. You know, these are big outs right here to turn over the game to Kenley Jansen to finish this thing up.
AJ always says, I'll tell you what I think about a guy by how I use him.
Yep.
Emerson swings and fouls it back to the screen, and Waguespack has gone from being a guy who might come in the middle innings or come in the late innings down a run or two, now being the guy who is, as you said, ahead of Kenley Jansen. Protecting leads late. Strike one, swing and a miss. The Tigers have subtracted two pitchers who combined for 160 innings and a 2.75 ERA in Derek Skubal and Casey Mize. Swing and a miss. Good changeup wipes out Emerson on 3 pitches. 2 up and 2 down. And you probably heard AJ on the pregame, or if you didn't, I mean, he's been talking about this very forthrightly, Dan. You don't shy away from it. You don't pretend that it's not a blow. You don't pretend that you're not going to miss these guys. Acknowledge it.
Right.
Go ahead and feel your emotions. But there are still 50 games left in this season, and you are 2.5 back of the last wild card. To me, it almost doesn't matter how many teams are between you and that wild card, because if you can get to a certain number, I think you will go by almost every one of those teams. The Baltimores, the Minnesotas, Seattle, Texas, the 1-0. Fastball off the plate and in. And the experience of 2 years ago, will probably help. Tigers are going to move Drew Anderson into the rotation, and I'm kind of excited to see that, because I think he's got starter stuff. And I think some of his inconsistencies out of the bullpen have been because that's a new role for him. The 2-0 to Young. Fastball high and away, 3-0. And the questions remain. Jackson Jobe is with this team. He'll be the 5th starter starting this weekend in San Francisco. They have to stretch Anderson out. Now the question is, who's at the back end of the bullpen in these situations? 3-0. Fastball strike. Right now, I would say the 3 most reliable, Dan, are Jacob Waguespack, Drew Summers, and Kenley Jansen. Would you agree?
No doubt.
3-1. Cutter at the belt. No challenge. Ball 4. 2 out walk in the 8th inning with the Tigers leading 4-0.
And it's just you've had to subtract a couple of pieces out of there, and Drew Anderson and Cater Montero to bring them into the starting rotation. But hopefully you're going to get Brant Herter back.
That's a big potential piece to get back.
It would be big to have Summers, Brant Herter, and Tyler Holton all from the left side that all can get really right-handers out.
Swinging a high fly ball off the bat of a Rosarena. Zach McKinstry in, makes the catch. In shallow right field, Jacob Waguespack does the job again. A walk does no harm. We head to the 9th. Tom ball fouled on the third base line. Torque charged the first pitch. Fastball, strike 1. 8-0 Tigers in the 9th inning. 6 consecutive games of the Tigers have scored 8 runs or more. An offense that has been really hot since the beginning of June, but they're sizzling the past week. Line drive foul into the seats down the left field line. The Tigers really have done something pretty extraordinary in their last 52 games, now 53. To go 32-20, and assuming they can get the final 3 outs here, 33-20. By outscoring your opponents now by 110 runs in a 53-game stretch, that's incredible. And run differential really does tell a story. Torque swings and misses at a sweeper, down and away, and strikes out. That's why when Boston was 14 games under, they had a positive run differential. You're like, you know what? That's a team that I think they go 29-5, but you keep an eye on those teams, and the Tigers were the same way. Positive run differential under 500, but this last couple of months, you just don't see it, Dan, to this extent. Plus 110 in 53 games.
But we saw Boston and they didn't look like a very good team.
No,
and that's what you're saying. But you keep an eye on them,
right? Because if you got a positive run differential, that speaks to okay, they've got good pitching. If they start to score some runs, and they have.
And I think AJ says it best when he says, you know what, we're a good team with a bad record. That's the way the Red Sox were.
Clark quickly behind 0-2, takes a fastball up.
That's why they changed managers.
Yeah.
Is that, wait a minute, we're a good team. Don't have doubts with us. Don't cast us aside just yet. We're going to make that change, and they made the change, and look what happened to them.
1-2 sweeper away. Max Clark is 0 for 3 with a walk tonight.
And that's the same thing with the Tigers now, is that they're starting to show, I think, that, wait a minute, we've said this all along. We're starting to get healthy, and we're a good team with a bad record.
2-2, swing and a miss. Slider didn't do much. Above the belt, though, gets the swing and miss from Clark. Tigers send 9 men to the plate and double their lead. We head to the bottom of the 9th inning, 8-0 Tigers on the Detroit Tigers Radio Network, presented by Meyer.
2 down for Matt Olson. Nelson looking for a 1-2-3 top of the first. Matt Olson drives it out to center. Thomas is back. Is it above the yellow line? It is, and it's a solo homer for Matt Olson to get the party started in the desert on this Thursday night.
Again, where do you want this pitch? You want it in the bottom half of the zone. That's where that 4-seam fastball was. That allows Matt Olson to get the barrel to it, and he smoked it.
So Atlanta with a 1-0 lead.
6 shutout frames and 10 strikeouts today.
He was fantastic out there. Really came after the Chicago White Sox lineup.
Jake to center field, to the throw zone, the walk-in off! Jake Cronenworth, a great battle!
Fly ball, right field to the wall, there's number 1! Max Clark goes yards, somebody get that baseball!
Take a good look, you won't see it for long.
That's his 6th multi-homer game of the year. That's number 1 in baseball. It's the 11th of his career.
Say down! Say goodbye! He is unbelievable! Say it again! He is ridiculous right now.
A home run in the 7th last night, 2 home runs tonight.
pause right now for station identification. This is the Detroit Tigers Radio Network. Gilbert Diaz takes over on the mound. Y-I-L-B-E-R, Gilbert Diaz. Waiver pickup from the Diamondbacks. Delivers a pitch a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters, making his Tigers debut. Tigers are now going to do a little bit of mixing and matching in the bullpen. Slider in the dirt, 2-1. Mostly at AAA with Reno with the Diamondbacks, and the Tigers picked him up in June. So far, an ERA of just under 4 in 43 innings of work at AAA. Fastball gets a called strike, 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And the one thing that he has struggled with, especially in recent years, a high walk rate. 31 walks in 43 innings, 11 strikeouts per 9, and a walk rate of 6 per 9 in his combined time with the two teams at AAA. A little bit of time in the major leagues.
Just like I was talking about with Sir Anthony Dominguez, this is great. Now that it's 8-0, get him into a game right away.
2-2, swing and a miss on a 98-mile-an-hour fastball up.
And you can't ask for a better start. Just come out. I know that they're talking about, hey, concentrate on throwing strike one and filling up the strike zone. And right here, it's just a nice opportunity. You're up 8-0. You don't have to worry too much about making perfect pitches. You've got 98 in your back pocket.
Yeah.
On the 4 seam, you throw a slider and a knuckle curve. Use your pitches, but get ahead. Go right after them.
First pitch slider a little bit low, gets a called strike. So again, the rotation, if you missed the news earlier, Drew Anderson will start tomorrow, and he'll be slowly stretched out. It's going to take a few starts. But I won't be surprised if he goes 4 tomorrow. Rodriguez fouls it off of Dylan Dingler. No balls and 2 strikes.
No, we saw that start. Who was it against? Was it the Guardians? I think that he came out and went 4 2/3 or something like that.
Yeah.
And was just lights out. Probably have an opener, I would imagine.
0-2, swing and a soft little tap foul.
And you got the perfect guy to be the opener down there. Tyler Holton, of course. Just opened the game on Friday.
Yeah, Anderson is going to start, though, right?
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is going to start. And then he'll just be stretched out. The 0-2. Line drive, base hit. Zach McKinstry is now in at second base. He raced to his left, leaped, but it got by him. Outman is now in right. Howyer Lee is in at third, so let's set that defense for you. Lee at third. McGonigal moves over to short. Zach McKinstry moves in at second, so you get Torres and Baez off their feet for an inning. Manager's always looking for that opportunity, and also gives Howyer Lee and James Outman an inning in the field. Josh Naylor at the plate. First pitch, slider a little bit low. Diaz made just 1 appearance in the major leagues this year. He gave up 7 runs in 2/3 of an inning, and only 1 appearance last year. Did pitch 28 innings for Arizona in 2024. But good arm, and as Dan said, it's a pretty solid mix of pitches. Tigers have a knack for getting guys into the strike zone. Doesn't work with everybody. And that is the one thing you worry about when you see a guy coming up from the minor leagues with a walk rate at 6.5. It doesn't usually get better, but the Tigers, again, also have a knack. They can look at somebody's delivery and figure out maybe what's causing the big misses or the misses that lead to walks. Breaking ball down makes it 3-1 on Josh Naylor.
It's usually about a consistent release point. You can see a little bit of herk and jerk in this delivery, and if it can be smoothed out.
Fastball high, and he walks. Naylor, a guy who does not like to walk. Those are the 35,000 who have stayed. Making some noise. Chris Fetter's going to walk out to the mound. Tyler Holton gets up and loose, and again, that's the last thing you want. If you're A.J. Hinch, is they have to get another reliever up. But the thing is, you also don't want to mess around. you don't want to. You want to cover yourself just in case. I like Chris Fetter. Very animated out there right now. Looked like he's telling him to drive the home plate.
Exactly. That's what it.
Stay linear.
You know, and that's what I mean. When you get a little herky-jerky, you get to trying to throw too hard, you get to falling off the mound, and your release point, your arm's all over the place. You know, sometimes it's three-quarters, sometimes it's over the top. Sometimes your release point is just, you know, out in front, or, you know, it's back where it shoots up and away from lefties. You don't quite catch up. It's all over the place.
Fastball up, a big miss. Donovan, a lefty, coming up. We know that Tyler Holton can get ready quickly. And you would think that this is the last batter for Diaz if he doesn't get him out. Slider low and in, 2-0. Average ground ball rate in the minor leagues for Diaz. Thinking double play, can he get the ball on the ground? It certainly has that capability. Cal Raleigh at the plate. 8-0 Tigers. 2 on, 1 out in the ninth. Fastball middle. Wow. That's a stunner that Cal Raleigh took that pitch. 2-1 hitters count. Fastball middle. And I think that's just the way his season has been going. Two. Slider low and in. He's going to make you throw him a strike. Still can draw a walk to get on base.
Just again, that looked like just trying to make that perfect pitch and down and in. I mean, just challenge him. Go right after with that fastball and throw it by him.
3-2. Oh. Got him with a slider at the bottom rail. What a pitch.
And good for Diaz, just maybe feeling more comfortable. He and
that's
Dylan
quite
Dingler
a pitch.
Just saying, you know what? I'm struggling commanding my fastball. I'm all over the place with my fastball. The only thing I can really get over and feel comfortable about is that slider.
Fastball above the belt to Brendan Donovan. 2 outs in the ninth inning. Tigers leading 8-0. Trying to make it a 4-0 start to this 9-game, 3-city West Coast trip. The 1-0. Fastball strike, outer third. 6 teams within 2.5 games of each other, all fighting for one spot right now in the American League wild card race. The 1-1. Fly ball deep and foul. Well fouled on the right field line. Yankees and Boston are holding on to the top 2 wild card spots. They've separated themselves from the pack. Cleveland holds on to the 3rd wild card with their loss tonight. They're at 500. Tigers with the win tonight will be at 3 games below 500. Swinging a foul to the screen, 1-2. It will be as close as they've been to the 500 mark since they were 16 games under at 22-38. The 1-2. Swing and a foul out of play. They're late on this fastball. It's got some life at the plate, it looks like. 97, 98. Just keep throwing strikes. Donovan's 0 for 3. First at bat since mid-May. The 1-2, swinging a foul. Don't want that there. That's a hanging slider.
You know, and Diaz is just, okay, now I'm throwing nothing but strikes, and I can't get something by you. And Donovan's not going down easy. Keeps fouling those tough pitches off, but that's the way to do it. Go right after him.
Again, the 1-2. Little foul out of play. A slider away. Donovan got off to a good start. Again, a really rock-solid hitter for Cardinals for the last several years. 1-2, check swing. Did he go? Peeled to third. Steven Yashinsky says he did not. This is a guy with terrific bat-to-ball skills. He's going to work an at-bat. He's not going to chase. Left-handed batter waiting. The 2-2. Oh, challenged by Dylan Dingler. It's called a ball.
The pitcher's called a ball. The catcher's challenging.
I think this is going to end the game. And Tigers win.
The game's over.
Donovan takes it called third. Gilbert Diaz closes it out. And the Tigers make it 4 straight to start the road trip.
Love the fact that Dylan Dingler challenged right there.
Me too.
Donovan was not given in easily, kept fouling those pitches off, and then ended up challenging and getting that strikeout to end the game.
Tiger offense bats continue to boom here in Seattle after the big weekend in Sacramento. And Troy Melton